everybody, how you doing? Alright, kids are calm for the moment, but I don't know for how long. So, I'm gonna go ahead and ahead of time make some rotini Alfredo. Now, no, I'm not making the Alfredo from scratch, because you know, some days you just don't have time for that, and you just want to go with what you got and make something quick. Now, one of my least favorite things about making pasta is having to sit and wait for water to boil, and go ahead and boil and boil and boil, and then add the salt, and then you go ahead and add your pasta in, and then you gotta wait, what, another 9, 11 minutes, something like that? So, I'm doing this in a quick cook. Yeah, all in one shot. I'm gonna steam my broccoli, I'm gonna go ahead and cook my pasta all at the same time, and then after it's done, I'll add my Alfredo and my chicken and mix in the broccoli, and it's gonna be easy peasy, lemon squeezy. And I know you guys feel me, because there are days where you guys, no matter how much you want to do something nice, your kids are just gonna make you pull your hair out, and today's just one of those days. Ain't that right, Joby? You gonna say hi? Say hi? Looking like pebbles? No? Okay, she ain't gonna say hi. Oh, you wanna say hi? Woo! There's the ringleader. She's the middle child, but don't let that fool you. She's the one that causes the most trouble.
My bear too. Here's my bear.
Yeah! Yo, excuse me. I have kids. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and flip around here in a moment. And first, before I start getting to throwing everything in the pot, I'm going to give you some quick cooker basics to go ahead and ease your mind. Because pressure cookers aren't for everybody, but I'm telling you, this makes it so easy that even I can use it. And y'all, anybody that knows me knows Stephanie's clumsy. And if I can use it and make some magic happen, I know you can too. Alright, hold on. Bear with me. So, some basics for the quick cooker. Here's your display screen and all the fun little doodads that you could set your settings to. Most pressure cooker recipes that you're going to find, like for Instant Pot or Williams-Sonoma or just any pressure cooker in general, you're going to see that they're going to be using a custom setting, which we also have. You know, and that's actually what we're going to use for what I'm about to make. Alright, then let's go up top. Okay, so the release valve for a lot of other pressure cookers is pretty close to where the steam comes out. What I like about a quick cooker is that the release valve is very far from where the steam comes out. You just got to make sure that the little... Some people call it chef hat, that's supposed to be steam, but that they're parallel. See, parallel. And there you go. Then we have our fancy little red pressure button. Pretty much when your pressure cooker has reached pressure, at that point is when your cook time will actually start. And you'll know that it's reached pressure because this little doodad will pop up. And as a safety, you will also know if that little doodad is up, this is pressurized and you should not open it. You need to make sure you release steam first. You can go ahead and release by pushing the button, or you could cancel out what you got, unplug, and let it naturally release. It usually takes about 10 to 15 minutes, and it can do that, okay? So a lot of people that have had bad experiences with their pressure cooker blowing up on them, they pretty much second guessed if there was any pressure in there. They thought something was done, they went ahead and opened it, and unfortunate things have happened. So Pampered Chef has taken that into consideration to go ahead and try to make it easier for everybody. Alright, we've got handles down on the side, so it's easy to carry and move around should you want it off your counter, but I mean, come on, I use this thing so often, there's no point in taking it off, okay? And the sides stay cool to touch, so when it's really hot and cooking on the inside, you might go ahead and just touch while you're cleaning something, and it's still safe to touch. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and get down and throwing everything in, so we can go ahead and make us our pasta. Stay tuned to making a little bit of pasta. So we're gonna go ahead and see the little block symbol that lets you know that it is closed. You just turn it to the side, it beeps at you like a cute little robot, and you can go ahead and pull the lid off. Ta-da! Now, everything you make is going to be inside this inner pot. Regardless of the recipe, every pressure cooker out there has an inner pot. That is essential because you have this part here that of course takes care of the pressurizing and the heating, and you have the pot you cook in. You wouldn't cook on your stove without a pot to put on. You know, I mean, unless maybe you're like roasting a pepper or something like that on a gas stove, that's different. But you want to go ahead and cook inside your inner pot. This bit right here is what we're going to be cooking in. So I'm going to go ahead and put 1 box, 1 pound of rotini in. Now, I like using rotini because its shape is really great for catching on the sauce, and you know, whatever meat you decide to put in, if it's something really flaky like chicken or maybe tuna, it kind of gets caught into the texture of the pasta along with the broccoli florets and everything. So when I'm giving it to the kids, even if they're trying to pick out just the pasta and not get all the other good stuff for them, guess what? They're going to get a little bit of good stuff. Now, in the quick cooker, all you need to do is just cover the pasta. Enough water to just cover it. I think I need a little more. Let's see. Yeah, maybe just a little bit more. And I'm sure if I measured this one, they'd figure out the perfect amount. I'm sure one of you guys go ahead and measure and be like, hey, Steph, this is what it should be. But yeah, I'm horrible about measuring. Sorry! Alright, I think that's enough. Alright, just enough to just, I mean, literally just barely cover the pasta. That's all you really need. If you have any liquid left over, it really shouldn't be much. I usually have a little left over, and I don't mind it. I just go ahead and pour that out. And then I'm going to put a little bit of salt, which I forgot to open my little jar here. Bear with me. Alright, so again, I don't measure, I just put some salt in. Salt your life, right? Salt of the earth, salt of the pasta. Nom 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 nom. Alright, so I'm just doing that. Now, our quick cooker comes with this little rack that you can go ahead and put eggs on or whatever, but I'm going to go ahead and use that rack so I can go ahead and put my broccoli in. We have a mesh colander set, and the small one fits perfectly in here, and that's what I'm setting my frozen broccoli on. Now, when you're pressure cooking, the amount of time it takes to build pressure will often depend on a couple things. One, the temperature of the food that's going in, so the colder it is, the longer it's going to take. And the volume. Okay, if it's a lot, of course, it's going to take a bit longer for the pot to build up pressure. In order to build up pressure, it needs to reach a certain temperature for that steam to build. And then once you put the top in, you have everything in, it'll build up that pressure, and then the time will start. Alright, so then I'm going to go ahead and put my lid on. Make sure that the seal is on pretty good. Okay, you start off on the side. It takes a little practice, but you'll figure out exactly how you're going to just slip it on there. And then you turn it. See, it'll go ahead and let you know that it's locked. Now, in order to know if your seal is good, your steam release valve is good, the button will be flush. It'll be straight across. If it's down while you're cooking, then all the steam is going to be coming out and it's not going to build up pressure, and you're probably going to burn what you have inside. So you always want to make sure that this is level and that your little doodad is set up in the right spot. So we have our little matching steam hats, and it's level. So now that that's done, I'm just going to go custom. I'm going to set the time down to I usually do 5 or 6 minutes. I think I'm going to go with 5, because that's all you really need. Now keep in mind, the time altogether will be the time you have here plus the time to build up pressure. So all in all, it'll probably take I got the frozen broccoli in there, maybe 15-20 minutes for what I'm making in particular. If it was just the pasta, you'd probably be maybe about 10-15 minutes, you're done without having to wait for anything to boil. So I'm going to go ahead and hit start. And there we go. This is our standby screen, and this is what you're going to see while it builds pressure. This right here, when you're setting custom or when you're picking whatever settings, lets you know how much pressure's in. The setting I have it right now is full pressure, because that's just the way I roll. If you're trying to adjust it when you have custom, you just tap pressure, and then you just hit the plus or minus bit until you go ahead and get the pressure you want. Alright, okay, and that's pretty much all I have to do right now. When this builds pressure, I'll go ahead and let you know what this will look like up here. As it builds pressure, if you notice that steam is coming out the sides, that is not normal. You may want to go ahead and cancel, release, and make sure everything is actually set up correctly. Or you may want to go ahead and check that everything, well, I already said check that everything's correctly, but it's definitely a time to troubleshoot. And if you have any issues with that, I've already helped my brother with it. Just go ahead and send me a message right away. Say, hey Stephanie, help me, something funny's happening with my quick cooker. Is that normal? And I'll be more than happy to help you. It's really easy to use. Don't ever second guess yourself if you're not sure. Alright, so as this builds pressure, I'm just going to go ahead and stop the video, and I'll start again once we're at pressure so I can show you what the little button looks like. Alright, stand by. Ta-da! We have beeped, and the timer will change from counting down those 5 minutes, and it'll start counting up because it's in warming now. It'll stay warming for, I can't remember, I think 2 or 4 hours, and then it'll cut off. But you can go ahead and just cancel that out, which we're going to do. And now for the fun part. This is the part that probably terrifies most people with pressure cookers, and that is releasing the steam. And guys, it is as easy, and it's going to be loud, so if you have pets, they might be surprised. It's as easy as just pushing a button. There we go. Steam's coming out. As you see, I have it away from my cabinet, so that's fine. It normally takes about a minute for all the steam to release. Once it's released, this little button will go down again. If it is still up, you still have pressure in there, and you should not open. Smell broccoli now. Now, as you see, nothing's crazy going on. My hand was nowhere near where that is. Steam is releasing as it should. This is still nice and cool enough to touch. We are good to go. I mean, you guys, seriously, I mean, this is Stephanie here. I love to cook, but that doesn't mean I'm a genius at it. So I love when there are things that make cooking easier. And this, as a mama, this is a godsend to me. Almost, there you go, see? Out it went. And you see, no more sound of steam. So we are good. And now, I'm just gonna go ahead and open as usual. See, it's pretty easy to open once the steam is out. If there's still steam in there, it's not. Guys, I ran out of camera space, so let me go ahead and show you. Easy to open, it beeps for you. If there any pressure in there still, you'd have a hard time doing this. So, let's go ahead and take that off. I'm going to use my silicone mitt to get this out, because it's easier that way. Go ahead and get this out, because these mitts are awesome. Go ahead and stick your hand in boiling water if you want doing this, or hello, I am awesome. Remember that. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead. I could have probably done 4 minutes and that would have been good. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and drain out the little bit of liquid I have left in there. And pretty much all I'm going to do is go ahead and throw in some Alfredo sauce, a jar that I already have set aside. You could put in whatever meat you want. I'm going to use roughly about 2-ish cups of shredded chicken, throw in my broccoli, and call it a day. It's something easy, something simple. My family loves it. And you know what? When my hands are tied, I don't have too much time for prep. This little wonder here saves the day. Super easy. So I'll show you guys the finished product as soon as I get both hands available. See you.